Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of S-Tuner. Today we're building a Scion XB or Toyota P3 wagon, I guess it would be called in Japan. I don't really know. I just know it's called a Scion XB over where I'm from, so that's what I'm going to be going with. And I remember as a kid always seeing these driving around, and I always wanted one. I think it was because every single time I saw it, it was just so low to the ground, and I was like, that's so cool. And I think that's why I wanted one so bad. But now it's not so much. I have a few other things I would rather have than a Scion XB, but they still can be cool, I'm sure. And I'm going to be trying my best to make it cool. Although we could go really low if we put this on and then, like, take the side skirts off. Like, look how low we... Oh, we're going to go so low. This thing is going to be low AF, guys. Get ready. You're never going to see a Scion XB as low AF as this one. That's all I got to say. Alright, so Type 1. Oh, this is going to be so crazy. It's going to be insane. Stock. Type 2. Type 3. Or Type 4. We should make that red and he'd be like that guy from X-Men. Is it X-Men? I don't know. I don't know superhero things at all, so I couldn't really tell you, unfortunately. Type 1 looked the best, I think. And then let's change our headlights up to this one or this one. Let's go with that one. That one looks better in my opinion. For our spoilers, I don't know if I'll do a spoiler. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it with none. Spoilers don't usually look too good on cars like this. Please tell me we have flares. I really hope we have some flares. Flares would make this thing look amazing. Same with some huge blast pipes. All right, you know what? Not huge blast pipes, but we'll leave the size of the blast pipes the same. So it'll be this size, but we'll still have blast pipes because blast pipes are freaking awesome. All right, so now we go ahead and copy this. And move it over up to like there. There we go. We got ourselves some blast pipes on this Scion XP. That's pretty amazing. Intercooler 01. Why not? Why not have an intercooler on here? We got roof racks. We should put a roof rack on. Just because it's Stancy AF, guys. That's what this build is. It's a Stancy AF Scion XB. Alright, let's go ahead and remove the wheels. Because this roof rack looks the best, but it has wheels on it, and I don't want wheels on there. There we go. I just like that little part in the front there. Tow hooks, train handle, no. Mirrors, we'll change the mirrors up to like 0.3. Those, okay, those don't fit at all. I just completely ruined the whole... We now have no mirrors. That's basically what happened there. I think if we re-choose the roof here... I died, I'm sorry. Yeah, the roof will not get re-chosen. So we're going to do this build without mirrors. Who needs mirrors anyway? Right? We throw a kilogram wing on here. But really, though, I want some flares. God damn it. You know what? I forgot. I completely forgot the flares that are used in the Widebody. Alright, one sec. Alright, so what people told me in the comments, I just had to go and check that. The flares are called S30 big. So, other parts. S30 big. S30 rear flares big. These actually look like the flares that people use. Okay. This is getting interesting. This is going to be an interesting build now. Now that this is actually looking pretty decent. So yeah, basically going to be doing flares. Going to make this thing have... Alright, since... let me explain myself a little bit. Since the... Look at that. Can I split? Nah. Okay. My game just like completely froze for a second there. Alright, so the thing why did I do that? I'm an idiot. Okay. S30, rear flares big. I gotta reload this. Rear flares big. Delete this. Okay, here we go. So, I'm going to have to line this up properly, and then split them and make them really, really big. We'll line it up with like the top of the flare there. Go ahead and scale the length down. There we go. Now we go ahead and scale the width as high as we can. Now we split the part. And it lags for a little bit for some reason. And then we can position these properly. So this may actually be the max offset build. I know the MX-5 was supposed to be the max offset build, but I couldn't because I couldn't find out, or I couldn't get flares that were big enough to fit the max offset. So I don't know if this will fit it, but like this will be an insane amount of offset, to say the least. Which is hopefully going to be good enough. I hope so anyway. What position is this flare at here? Alright, let me get this lined up properly. So it's gonna be at negative alright, let's see. Negative 6.3. So we need to get this at 6.3. There we go. Copy that. Alright, this build is gonna be insane now that I've got flares that I can use. So thank you to everyone that commented, use the S30 big flares. Look at that. Oh wow, this is gonna be so interesting. Front flares big. Let's go. Let's go. Alright, move this forward and back. I still don't think this is the flares I've seen everyone use, but like they should work still. As you can see in the rear, they're working quite well, if I'm honest. Alright, let's go ahead and scale the length to the proper size. Move that forward to about there. Yeah, there we go. Now we can go ahead and scale the width all the way up. And now split it. Whenever the thing wants to load, we can go ahead and now just position things proper. Oh, damn it. Alright, what's this positioned at? 2.8, is it? Nope. Well, we're going to have to figure out the positioning here in a minute. Of course I would screw that up. Alright, so the proper positioning is going to be 3.7, it looks like. Or 3.6, sorry. Yeah, 3.6 looks like it'll be the proper positioning. As for how wide this should be, I honestly have no idea. We start at like 6.3 for the back one, right? So like those should be at the same little part. So yeah, we'll do 6.3 just to sort of keep the body lines the same. Forward back 3.6, so I gotta get this to be 3.6. There we go. And then 6.3. Alright, this is looking good. This is looking good. I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? Copy that. There we go. Now I'm going the right way. Alright, perfect. We got ourselves some big flares. This looks so weird. This is one of the weirdest builds I've done, to say the least. These wheels will probably look pretty good on this, actually. Let's go ahead and make these size 15s, 12. Tire profile 40 should be good. Max offset, possibly. If we do negative 20 camber, this might work. This might work. You never know. I'm going to give it a little bit more of a stretch. on the tire there. Go ahead and change to brake type 2. 57G. 57G actually doesn't look that bad either. I don't know. I think the 57X looks better in my opinion. So dish is already good. We'll just concave the living hell out of this. There we go. Those look very nice. Let's go ahead and slam this. Ooh, yeah. Right to the... the blast pipes go through the ground. God damn it, blast pipes. There we go. Still going to be scraping real hard on those blast pipes, but it's okay. Alright, so the synopsis is max offset will work, but negative 20 camber will not work. Plus being this low will not work. So we got to raise it up to about there. Go ahead and go... Actually, negative 20 probably will work. We just got to get the... No, it won't, because this is max offset. So we got to drop the camber until we're flush like that. And then raise the suspension. Alright, I got an idea. Wheels. Tire profile. That fixed the front. So the front is completely flush. Negative 14. The rear, however, is not. So we have max offset in the front, but it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get max offset in the rear. The flares are just too small for the rear, unfortunately. The front is lined up perfectly, but the rear, however, is not. My mouse just completely cut out there for a second. What is going on here? Okay, alright, mouse is back. Mouse is working. Alright, tire profile of 30 will work. Which means we can rotate the height to get it a little bit lower in the front. And then drop it. I'm going to get the rears lined up perfectly and then mess around with the front. Alright. The rear is kind of clipping through there. There we go. So the rear is lined up perfectly. That is max offset, I think. My mouse is... I don't know what's going on with my mouse this build. Alright, so now we go to the front. Just give it a little bit more camber. There we go. Alright guys, I've done it. I've done the max offset build. I hope you enjoyed seeing me struggle with that for so long. I do have tire profile of 30 in the front. Yes, I do. Okay. There we go. Max offset build complete. Not negative 20 camber, so I'm sorry about that. But max offset has been achieved. So now we can go on to our colors. It's also kind of not really that low, which is kind of unfortunate, but whatever. We have max offset. That's all I wanted to set out to do was accomplish our max offset. So I want to get a good yellow color. I feel like a good yellow color isn't gonna happen. There was a really nice... Oh, but I used delivery for that. Right. I was gonna say, I did a really nice yellow for my S15 one time. Alright, so we gotta paint this... all of these black. This is gonna take a little bit. Oh, this is gonna take a little bit of time to do. I can't even select the other ones. Yeah, like that's not even... Alright, so that's that one. Please tell me highlight 1 changes this. Please. Please. No. Highlight 2, please. Oh, highlight 2 does it. Yes. Alright. Perfect. So we'll have it be like that. We'll have it be black. Main color of the car will be this yellow, because that yellow actually looks pretty decent, if I'm honest. Give it a little bit of a flare there. Alright, wheel color will be chrome. And then our calipers can be the same yellow as the body, so go ahead and change this to DFDA 37. Gonna make that a little bit more shiny. There we go. There we go. Go ahead and make our blast pipes a certain chrome color. And then we're gonna go ahead and paint all our windows black. I usually do this just because I don't do an interior. And making the windows black is like a really easy fix to making them still look good. Only unfortunate thing is on a model like this, where all the windows aren't together, it takes a little bit longer. There we go. Black windows. This actually doesn't fit it at all now that I'm looking at the final build. That roof rack doesn't really fit, in my opinion. Almost forgot to do the intercooler. Never forget the intercooler. You can't forget the intercooler. Let's go ahead and edit this. Go ahead and move that up. Paint them black. Go ahead and do that. And then we'll go ahead and make this chrome. There we go. Okay, I didn't want to do that. I did not select the hood. I'm like 100% sure I selected this, but whatever. To each his own, I guess. Those headlights look a lot better. Go ahead and do the same with the rear here. Paint this chrome. Paint this a nice red. Dark red. And then these can be a dark, more like that, I guess. Give it some opacity. I didn't make this have... Alright, there we go. Now we should move these down and everything should be good. Everything should be swell. Alright, there we go. We got ourselves a nice looking Scion XB here. Finally completed the max offset build after like 3 attempts. Studio. Go ahead and change that up. Toggle floor reflections. Check that out. It looks so stupid. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this max offset build. It was quite a long one just because of all the technicalities I had to do, but it turned out to be pretty decent, I would say. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did, and until next time, I'll see you all later.